This is This is second grade Go Math lesson 9.5, and today we're going to talk about centimeters and meters. Directions say measure to the nearest centimeter, then measure to the nearest meter. Now, ideally, if we look at these objects, we have a bookcase, window, and map. Ideally, you would want to use a meter stick to do this because it would be much easier and faster to measure. I know many of you probably don't have one. Some of you might not even have these objects. For instance, so many people use electronic maps nowadays that might not have a map laying around. You might not have a bookcase. So I'm just going to show you an example. The whole point, even if you don't have those things, I hope most people probably have a window. But even if you don't have some of these objects, that you could find something else that might be comparable or the same in size. So, and also, I'm not going to use the meter stick. It would be pretty challenging to film with one hand and measure with the meter stick. So, like many of you probably don't have a meter stick, I'm going to use a ruler and just kind of demonstrate how I do this if I only had a ruler and if I don't have a bookcase. So, I'm going to use the table that you see in front of me to measure instead of the bookcase. It's about the same size. One of the biggest points to know is that a meter is equal to 100 centimeters. So I'm just going to write that up here. 1 meter equals 100 centimeters. So if I measure 100 centimeters or more, I know I have at least 1 meter. If I measure 200 centimeters, I know I have 2 meters. 300 meters, I have 3 meters. So I'm going to pan back some, and I'm going to just show you how I'm going to measure this. I'm using this while I'm still filming, so I only have one hand to use. So I'm going to show a way to do this that would be fairly easy. So I'm going to start on this end. Now make sure you're using the side that uses centimeters. That's one of the most common mistakes I see with my students is if we just got done with inches, they want to still use inches. And so we have 30 centimeters here. So we need to kind of mark or tally each time we have, or note that we have 30 centimeters. So I'm going to just write 30 right over here. I'm going to use my pen as a marker here, and that's not going to be exact, but it's better than nothing. So I know I have another set of 30 centimeters. So I'm going to write another 30 here. Use my pen again as a placeholder. And we have another 30 centimeters. I have a little bit more of the table left. So I'm going to write my other 30 here. And then finally, we'll have our last measurement and we'll add it all together. So if I look, let's see how much we got here. So it looks to be about 24 centimeters on the end. So I'm going to write 24 here. Now we've added multiple add-ins before, so we could do that again. 0 plus 0 plus 0 is and 4 is 4. 3 plus 3 is 6. 3 plus 2 is 5. So 6 plus 5 is 11, so 114 centimeters. So we can write that here. Now we have to think. It says measure, then measure to the nearest meter. Now, is 114 closer to 100 or closer to 200? If it's closer to 200, it would be 2 meters. If it's closer to 100, it would be 1 meter. But since 14 is closer to 0 than it is 99 or 200, then it's going to be 1 meter. Let's say if this number was 159 centimeters, that would be past the halfway point of 1 meter. So we would write 2 meters because it's closer to 2 meters than it is 1 meter. So again, these are just nearest meters, and everybody's is going to be different. So these are going to be different answers. Now, if I see that your bookcase is 15 meters long, you probably didn't measure that correctly. So you have to measure within reason and use your logic as well. And that is all.